I think when people feel emotional pain, brings them to dark places, there's a tendency to feel shame from that, which closes the circle out and you're spinning in your own negative thoughts. I want to be on the side of the good and trying to let people put things in perspective. Music can make you feel less alone. I was into a bunch of different kinds of music, but I think what attracted me to punk and hardcore was this sort of empowerment idea of being with a group of people my own age. And the first naive idea is that we're just gonna be rude to people and wear clothes that makes us seem like we're onto something wild that you don't understand. That community, it wasn't just being rude and spitting, I found out quickly. It was about really great friendships, and there was people within that community that, a lot of them didn't make out. They were never able to outrun whatever their trauma was that kind of got them in the first place. The beauty of this hardcore scene, this community, is if you ever see a show, there's the band on the stage, there's their crew, on the side of the stage, then there's just photographers, extended guests, all on the stage, and then the audience is jumping on the stage, jumping off the stage, and within the audience there's people that are writing fanzines or are booking shows, are involved in all these different things. So it's sort of an all hands on deck. It's everyone has a role in this thing happening. Some people are gonna fall down and pick them up, and someone might get pissed off and then a fight starts, and it's the community's responsibility to police that behavior too, but without assigned hierarchies, you know what I mean? And those hierarchies are very marginal. I think that's really beautiful, that community aspect. It nurtures people and it'll weed people out too. It's not just okay, well, here's the entertainer and I'm the passive subject. It's you're a part of it. People are diving off the stage. It's called the trust fall, but it's beautiful to watch and to be a participant in. And I think that is inspiring in a world where people, I think, are super isolated generally, because you're working from home, your entertainment is on your phone, you're on the train, you're on the phone. They're getting their information based on algorithms that are just reinforcing and narrowing their worlds. And I think that there's gotta be a reaction to that. I've also met the most creative and interesting people. I can't believe I learned how to play guitar. I figured that out. It hurt, my fingers. But once I was able to figure that out, it was a way for me to, make friends and do stuff and eventually travel the world and do all the things that I wanted to do. It's just so meditative for me. And I'm not trying to get better at it. I'm just doing it because it calms me. And that while you're doing it, you're creating, so you're just drawing from your psyche, from the magic of the world, whatever emotion is running through you, it's resonating through this instrument. When you're on your high horse and things going your way, you really don't appreciate what you want. There's a song that I heard when I was a little kid called High Hopes. It was about this little ant that chopped down a rubber tree. I don't know, something about a rubber tree and an ant. It was some sort of little train that could kind of story. So I kind of reimagined that song. If you're depressed, you'd be no, we got this, let's go. It won't get me down 'cause I got high hopes. When you're on the bottom, the place to look is up. Things are getting better, don't you stop, don't say enough what you achieve. Well, that's for you to choose. You feel this way at this time because something real, material happened. How you're feeling about that and how you're interpreting and what's going on in your mind and your psyche at that time isn't forever. Things pass. Well, pick yourself up, get off the fucking ground. These high hopes that I have keep me from getting down. I think when I was writing High Hopes, it was really a mantra for myself, just to be more lighthearted about things. High hopes. Therapy's been very helpful to me over the years. The first time I went, I had this concept of therapy and it being this Freudian thing and you have some sort of defect. I feel like it's moving away from that. Being a person has a lot of challenges. I'm having a great time right now, but I could get a crappy email later on that could send me into some sort of a spin, I don't know. People can be judgmental of people's trauma, oh, that's not hard, okay. But it's not the point. It's not hard to be kind, it's not hard to be open, it's not hard to be understanding, or it shouldn't be, you know? It shouldn't be. A spirit of lightness is a really good thing to have going through life because you can really get caught in the weeds. Meditation, yoga, running, something that addresses like I have a pain, and rather than just like stewing in that I'm going to take some sort of active participation in like figuring out a new way of looking at this thing. I'm putting time aside to make sure that, you know, my legs work and everything. It's basically telling you that you're like, I love you, I care about you. And that's a positive message, and then it gives you a little bit more strength. The song that I chose for this was Don't Ask Why, which is a My Bloody Valentine song. I found My Bloody Valentine at a time where I was kind of just striking out on my own. I don't know, I think I was probably depressed and going through, you know, some growing pains in that way. I remember listening to it, I was in England for the first time, it was just super depressing weather, and I was cold, and I was in kind of shitty conditions, and just this song in particular just sounded like something that I've felt that had never been expressed, but through the song it was expressing something that was just in me, and it was like this perfect feeling of a sadness that I related to, but also there's some sort of sweet, you know, it's like a happy sad kind of cocktail. See all your sorrow, but be happy tomorrow. From the back of my mind, I was searching, and from the look on your face, I believe it's not too late. See where you are. When did we go that far from the things that we said? I was wishing us dead. Turn around to the fool who believes. Don't ask why. From the look on your face, I believe it's not too